Hello and welcome. It is 10:30 on a Tuesday evening, and tonight it is Untold Chronicles Scraplands episode 3. So without further ado, hopefully audio is working. Let us see if video is working. Seems to be. Everything is good, and there we have our fine heroes. Um, quick hello and welcome to people, and then we will move on to introductions. And because I keep saying this, an hour and a half is never long enough for a game, we will dive straight in. So, first of all, hello everybody who is watching, our viewers. Feel free to speak up in chat, and the welcome goes to you if you're watching on catch up as well, video on demand or YouTube. Hello to you all. Hello to our players. Thank you for jumping in. We've got a new player who is joining us tonight as well, so I'm looking forward to introducing him. And of course, we say this all of the time, but for a very good reason. A big thank you to Hero Forge. Many of the character images are designed using Hero Forge, a wonderful way to create your own custom miniatures, get them 3D printed. You can find them on www.heroforge.com. Please note that anything mentioned in the stream may not represent the view or beliefs of Hero Forge, Sky Castle Studios LLC product. Yeah, again, very generous of them to allow us to use their images, and they are great fun. So, enough of me talking for a moment. Let us quickly introduce our characters. I'm not going to do a massive recap of what's happened. I'll just do a very brief one in a second or two. So, starting with you, Roger. Hello, who are you?
Hi, I'm Josh, or J1B on Discord. I play Roger Atlas the Bard.
Excellent. Then Belarifus.
Hello, I'm Andrew. I'm Primate on the Discord and the Twitch, and I am playing Bellerophos, the Centaur Artificer.
Excellent. And then we move to Thud.
I am that unusual voice that keeps reappearing. Brooks729 or Stuart, depending on whereabouts you're seeing. And as mentioned, I'm playing Thud the Barbarian.
Awesome. And our new player tonight, Lucky Lou.
Hi, I'm Gabe, Strange Fruit on Twitch and Discord, and I'm playing Lucky Lou, the luckiest grifter around.
Well, we will see about that. So yeah, welcome aboard, and thank you very much for joining in. Quick recap. If you want to see where we got to in episode 3, feel free to catch the VODs on Twitch, or all of the videos now are on a playlist in YouTube. So the characters started out in the clink. They mistakenly upset one of the crime lords within there, attempting to kind of put things right. Things got very wrong where they kind of were double crossed by an individual called Wayne Doolan. He almost left them in the lurch, stealing a vehicle from underneath their noses, but they caught up with him, threw him out of the vehicle, took the vehicle for themselves, and made a clean getaway from the clink, leaving behind some family. We will see what happens to them. But they have an item, a Warengi artifact that is perhaps leading them to vast ancient wealth. They have travelled along the road, and time has passed. They put distance between themselves and the clink and have successfully made their escape. They rest up for an evening, checking over the vehicle and the like. Describe to me. We'll start off with you, Roger. What are you doing this evening? You've pulled the vehicle off the main dust track. It's fairly barren here. you need to make camp for the night?
I don't think Roger knows an ounce of what he's doing. To be honest, I think he's somewhat sat on his hands.
Okay.
This has been by far and away the most exciting yet terrifying day of his entire life. As far as spell casting and the like that he was trying on earlier, he's never done any of that before. He's just a store clerk after all.
Hmm.
So I think he's somewhat shaken and withdrawn into himself slightly.
Okay. Perfectly acceptable. And then Beleriphos, how about yourself? How are you settling things down for the night?
Beleriphos has been spending most of the evening checking out the vehicle, and he's got the hood open. He's currently tinkering about with it. He has managed to figure out that a whole lot of the engine is actually pretty unnecessary. So he's been kind of throwing stuff out there. It's just getting in the way.
Mhm.
So he's been picking bits out of that.
Perfect.
And one of the things he's been able to do is get some kind of rotational device out of there and add that as an increasing chamber to his rifle, which is so now instead of a normal rifle, it's like a revolver rifle type thing.
Absolutely fantastic. So you've now got basically the reload function, or you've got rid of
Yeah.
the reload function.
Yeah,
on the
repeating rifle.
Yeah. Perfect.
It becomes a +1 weapon as well, but yeah.
Even better. Do I need to? What weapon have you applied that to?
Ellen, my gun.
Right. I'm not sure whether we can. Can you
It's got the
modify that?
stats of a heavy. It's got the stats of a heavy crossbow. So
Okay. So
I'll type in manually if you want.
let's have a look what we can do here. Infused heavy crossbow. There we go. I'm going to just pass that across to your character now, just so you've got the infused heavy crossbow. Infused crossbow heavy +1. So you have that for the moment. Very nice. Can you also give me an artificer roll as well, please? So this will be probably your intelligence plus proficiency.
Oh, that's not, yeah, sorry. This is...
Brilliant. Examining the vehicle whilst you're pulling out unnecessary bits and pieces, you do realise that you're going to have to find some go-go. Go-go is the Scraplands name for fuel, and you've probably got about another day's travel, and then it doesn't really matter. This vehicle's not going to go anywhere. You can locate it. Sometimes it forms in natural pools. There are people that go out and distill go-go, and there are several different types of go-go as well. But one way or the other, if you don't find some soon, this vehicle is not going anywhere else, and
it will stop.
Yeah, it's a priority basically if you want to keep with the vehicle. Okay, so that is yourself, and then we move across to Thud. What are you doing?
Thud has been watching what's happening here with Beleriphos, and he's kind of worked around the scrapyards for a while, and he's going over to the bits that have been chucked away from the engine, and he's picking some bits up, and he's wedging them into his what he describes as a warhammer, but it is more just a few pieces of scrap that hold together, and he rams it in really hard, and he looks at it really happily, and then swings it down onto the ground. And as it lands on the ground, the whole thing falls apart and he has to start again.
Okay.
He starts putting more scrap together, trying to build it into something that will actually do some damage.
Okay. Very good. So you settle down for the evening, and you are a distance enough to feel safe that you're not going to be pursued by either the law or Glenn's scrappers. But that means that you are free game to any of the gangs that roam this area. So it's fairly dangerous. You begin to, I suppose, keep a watch out. It makes sense. And it's not long as the sun is dipping down and walking out with the sun behind them towards your camp is a figure. Do you want to describe, Lucky Lou, what you look like?
Yeah, he's kind of skinny, not muscularly built, but not uber skinny. He wears a hat, has an owl flying sort of around his head area, and he carries a book and a large flintlock pistol.
Okay. And are you walking towards their encampment aggressively, or what's your body language saying?
Quite relaxed, cheeky sort of grin on his face.
Okay. You kind of look at the people. They've got a vehicle, which is nice. And they look a mixed group. Not quite your average set of gangers. Roger, do you want to quickly describe what you look like?
Yeah, so I suppose currently he's a dusty bloke in dark brownish robes. Quite out of place, I'd say. He looks more like he belongs behind a desk. Sandy blonde hair, very pale blue eyes, with a terribly strung lute across his knee, and he's just
Okay.
kind of picking at it.
Perfect. And Bellerophos?
So Bellerophos is a centaur, but in addition to that, pretty distinguishing characteristic, has a fairly dark tanned skin in the face. He's wearing a like a bushman's hat, and he's got a large like handlebar mustache.
Perfect.
not interesting.
And then finally, Thud.
Thud is quite a young-looking halfling who's probably just got kind of rough scrags of furs and kind of pulled over him a little bit, and is probably currently playing with his warhammer.
Playing with your warhammer. Now,
Yes, I realised that. I said that.
if we weren't live streaming and this was one of the ticketed games, I might make some kind of comment about that. But polite company and all. But if you're in chat, feel free to make any comment about that. And I forgot, there's also a device, is there not, which is consistently
Yes,
going
is.
beep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to have a long rest?
It does, and it doesn't stop. So also, Lucky Lou, you will occasionally hear a beep going on. You're not sure where it's coming from. It's amongst this encampment, without a doubt, though. But this is dangerous, approaching a group of people. There's always that moment of, are they going to shoot? What are they going to do? Do you say anything? Do you, the group, say anything? How does this first contact play out?
I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose what it comes down to is, when do we notice him?
You notice him. He's not stealthing forward. He's just walking as the sun's dipping down behind him. You get this silhouette. You see that there is this owl circling him, and he's approaching in a very relaxed manner. But because he's not trying to conceal himself, you notice him from a fairly big distance away.
Can I help you there, mate?
Greetings there, fellas. How are we doing? What are you doing out here? It's kind of dangerous to be out, isn't it, at this time? It's almost night.
Well, that explains why it's getting dark.
Beep.
I think Roger he'd be looking at the owl, assuming that such creatures are rare in the clink itself.
Hmm.
And he'd probably point it out, and he'd probably say, "Now that's something I've not seen in a very, very long time. How did you come across him or her?"
That's Feathers. He goes to and from. Sometimes leaves the plane. Sometimes comes back.
You said plane leaves the plane.
Yeah, he's
How?
a friend I picked up reading some books.
Is it magical?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's an awfully long way to go to and from.
Yeah, you're right. It is. But he's fast flyer.
So,
So-
what do we have the pleasure of meeting you out here at this lovely time of night?
Well, I was just going for a stroll, see if anyone wanted to play 3-card ante, but I'm sure you fellas aren't that interested.
Oh, can we play? Can we play?
Sure, if you want to.
So do you know the rules?
Beep.
I can learn.
Okie dokie then.
Do you know how to play, Roger?
I don't know. Does Roger know how to play?
Is it from your background? Have you got a set
Uh,
of cards or?
I don't have Jack. I have a
No.
letter of introduction.
So, I mean, you'll have heard of it. You might have the scant knowledge of how to play, but it can't be difficult, can it? It's only a card game.
Yeah. I think Roger would turn over his loot and almost create like a little table, assuming it was one of those types of card games, and he'd gesture for Lucky Lou to come over, and he'd do the same for Thud.
Yeah.
So I guess Lou probably pulls out the 3 cards, gives them a shuffle upside down. All right, so we're finding the lady, starts shuffling them around.
I'll join in as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Cool.
So, are you playing this straight, Lucky, or are you using sleight of hand to deceive and confuse? It is part. It's not cheating. You know, the idea is that you try and mislead them.
This first round, I'm gonna purposely let them find the queen.
Okay, now this is difficult because we are dealing with, in some cases, some very stupid individuals.
Thud resembles that remark.
So this might be more difficult than actually cheating against them. Okay, so Thud, can you give me an insight roll, please?
I would love to.
Yeah, you kind of watch it, and for some reason, Lucky seems to be looking at the cards. Lucky Lou looking at the cards. I'm just practicing my speech here. And you kind of follow his eyes, and you kind of it must be that one. It must be that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Are
That
you
one.
are you going to turn that one over?
Yeah.
Okay, and it is indeed the right card. Well done, Thud. You've
Amazing. I win.
Wow, you guys are fantastic at this game. Why don't we up the stakes, play again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
Double or nothing, let's go. And Lou will be using some sleight of hand this time.
Well, you have a choice. You have a choice of skills, really. You can use sleight of hand to move the cards around, or you can use deception to deceive and smoke and mirrors them.
Sure, I'll go for deception then, if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be an opposed roll. It will be deception versus your insight.
Like a double click, right?
boy.
There is a thought process going on here. You know that you haven't done it particularly well. Are you going to leave it with that one?
I think that I'm feeling kind of lucky, so I'm gonna re-roll that dice.
Okay. And this is using your luck skill.
Yeah, this is gonna use the feat.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that gets a bit higher.
Ooh.
A bit higher.
Okay. So who's doing this? Is it just you, Thud, or are you all sort of taking part?
I'm watching on, just trying to make sure, as per usual, that Thud isn't getting scammed.
Okay.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. So you can individually sort of roll, or you can be working together to try and work out. This will be an insight versus deception.
I'd probably keep it to myself, so I'll do an individual. I think.
Yeah, yeah. So roll those dice.
Mm.
Oh shit.
So Thud and Roger.
Fail. Criminal. Shall I just bankrupt myself?
Yeah, yeah.
Want me money?
So yeah, you fail to follow the cards. And what I'm going to say, because whilst we're all having fun here, it's not fantastic viewing to play this for the
Yes.
rest
of
of the
course.
hour.
Oh,
The,
enough. This is great.
the night sort of passes, and breakers, which are the currency here, pass to and fro a little bit. But Lucky, you have a good night. And I mean, I'm guessing, and feel free to correct me because I don't want to put words in your character's mouth. It's your character. You don't overly want to be seen to be ripping these people off, as
Oh,
you
no.
are heavily outnumbered in the middle of nowhere. At any point, they could possibly just murder you and take the breakers off your dead
Yeah.
body.
Just being very careful to make a slight profit.
Yeah. Okay. So that happens, and do you try and keep the charm up? Are you
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to entertain as well as turn over a bit of a profit?
Do everything that I can to be very charming and enjoy. Make sure everyone's having a good time.
Okay. So yeah, it's all fun at the end of the day, and after the day that the three of you who have actually had, it actually takes your mind off it a little bit, relaxes you, and it's good to kind of have a little bit of fun. But the hour gets late. The sun is definitely down now, and you are using either torches or lanterns or whatever else that you've got to light your small encampment.
I'll dig up a couple of small pieces of material and imbue them with artifice to make them glow. It's
Perfect.
like little night lights.
Very nice. And at the moment, it's peaceful, flat. It's desert-like here. It's warm, even with the night sky now clear. The heat of the ground kind of permeating up. Do you have any conversations? Do you open up any about what you're doing to Lucky? Do you ask about anything, Lucky?
Yeah, I'll ask. So, how come the three of you are out here? It is still quite dangerous.
We're heading off to something interesting. Might be a bit dangerous there as well.
Okay. Is that something interesting going to be an adventure?
Well, of a sort. I mean,
Well-
hopefully it's not particularly adventurous, but facts looking to maybe disprove that.
Perhaps I could lend my service.
I don't think they'll be doing much card playing.
I can do a bit more than play cards.
Hey, he's got an owl. Thud is
That's
quite
great.
taken by this owl.
If we need any mice hunted down, then I'm sure you're the.
I'm sure Feathers can hunt some mice.
Oh, can he? That'd be amazing.
But say, for example, we became the hunted. What use are you then?
Wait,
can-
is Feathers going to hunt me?
I can make our hunters our friends. I can make them wish they weren't hunting us.
Well, I can do
Wow.
that. What else have you got on offer?
He'll tap his trusty sidearm. Can shoot at them.
Roger will nod and goes, "Well, I hope you're better at that than I am with mine." And he kind of gestures to this crummy-looking hand crossbow, and he just kind of kicks it slightly. He's like, "Can't aim it to save my life." So it is what it is.
The thing with guns is it ain't a competition. More is better.
Very true. I can lend my luck. I'm a lucky guy. I can lend my luck to the party.
Oh, that's cool. I tend to be quite lucky as well.
Fantastic. We've got something in common.
I think at that.
I like
Roger
this guy.
just- I don't know.
So, but what are you going to do for us immediately? In your wanders, have you found any of that go-go juice around?
Go-go
Yeah,
juice.
Yeah.
I mean, I can send feathers to go have a look in the surrounding area.
Oh, that would be strongly appreciated.
Sure.
Thank you, Lou, and thank you, Feathers.
Okay, so you're going to send Feathers out.
Yeah, I'm just quickly checking the stats of owls.
It's okay. So there's nothing in the immediate vicinity. You're kind of relatively aware with that. So sort of walking into the sight of Feathers is not going to really help you here. But you can send Feathers much further away, and if it finds something, you can have communicated for it to return to you. If you're willing to send it out of your sight, it should be safe. I mean, safe-ish anyway.
Yeah, if Lucky Louie knows that if harm was to happen to Feathers, he could just resummon him. So
Oh,
I guess
that's quite harsh.
he sends him off.
Okay. So Feathers disappears into the night. Time passes. I'm guessing you take some watches. And let us see what happens. Thud, if you give me a perception roll, I'm sure you're going to take a watch.
I was going to say that Foot just fell asleep. But
Okay.
if,
No.
if other people
No.
want me to,
Thud, you have fallen asleep. We'll move along. Belarifos. Thud is gently snoring. What are you going to take a watch?
I will take a watch. Yeah.
Are you putting the beeping thing right next to Thud?
I am. Oh, the beeping thing. I'm just going to wrap in so many layers.
So
Cloth to try and silence it in any way. I hate that thing. And then I will take a watch.
okay. So give us a perception roll. Very nice. Yeah, you keep an eye out. Nothing troubles you. Like I say, you're kind of a distance out, and it is night time. Much better to be stationary and keeping an eye out than moving around to draw any attention to yourselves. Roger, are you up for keeping a watch, or are you going to rest through as well?
Roger is very scared and as such hyper alert. So I think he'd have trouble resting as it is.
Okay.
But he'd definitely offer up a watch.
Okay. So much trouble that you might not go to sleep at all and suffer a level of exhaustion, or
I mean, arguably, I think it would literally come down to a luck roll. To be honest with you,
okay.
this is by far and away the farthest out of the clink that Roger's ever gone.
So, how about a wisdom saving throw then?
Can do.
Say the DC is standard for level 2 of about 13. If you beat 13.
No, I do
No.
not.
Okay, so you have a restless night, but for debilitating your character deliberately, you get a level of exhaustion, but you also gain DM's inspiration. It has no other sort of ill effects upon you other than you have just stayed up all night. But you can give me a perception roll. This doesn't have to be at disadvantage at the moment.
I will say as well, Roger is alert. This is what I was saying, is hyper alert.
Yep.
He doesn't have the alert. If that is going to make any blind bit of difference.
Well, we'll see. Oh, that was almost a natural one.
Wow.
So you look around again. You do see towards the end of your watch, just as the early sun is about to rise, feathers begins to fly back. It probably gives you a bit of a start, but then you focus and you see you're tired now, and it's feathers returning. There's still one more watch to do. Are you going to wake up Lucky Lou?
I mean, I assume we would have talked about this before everyone bedded down. So who would be getting up next?
Fud just passed out. You didn't have a chance to talk to him, but
That's yeah. Yeah, I think I would wake up Lucky Lou. But obviously, with me not really resting either, I'd probably keep a somewhat.
Yeah,
gauge
you kind of
higher.
got that sort of second wind now as well, and as you try to doze, you're awake now, and it's I might as well. Hopefully nothing's going to happen today, and you can get a good night's rest tonight. Lucky Lou, you are woken up. Give us a roll.
For perception.
Yeah, please. Oh, critical fail. You don't even notice that Feathers has returned, and you start wondering what on earth has happened to him until he makes himself known to you, making you jump somewhat. You do, though, have the ability to communicate with him now, and he communicates in a basic form that, yes, a fair distance down the road, there seems to be some kind of wreck, and close to the wreck seems to be some go-go. He seems to have uncovered some for you.
Is everybody else asleep?
Yeah, you just need to finish your watch, but nothing's really going to disturb you, so you let everybody sort of rest. Roger is jittery and up still, but you let everybody else get their full rest, and you can tell them the good information, the good news.
Or you can just steal the car.
Yeah.
We wake up and you're gone. Damn it!
No, Lou's in a nice person mood because he's a nice person. So he'll wait till everybody's awake and let you all know that there's a wreck down the road where there's some possible go-go juice that we could pick up to refuel.
That's nice and lucky of you. Appreciated.
Very lucky.
So it's fairly obvious to anybody who's looking that Roger is suffering from staying awake all night. It's Roger that traditionally drives the vehicle as well. Is that going to happen today?
I think the reason why Roger was driving is because no one else could A, reach the pedals, or B, fit in the driver's seat.
I could do it.
Lou here,
Just had to slide down in the chair a little bit to reach the pedals, and I couldn't see.
I think he'd probably try and lift up Thud and put him in like the passenger seat, and then he'd climb in the back and just gesture for Lou to drive.
Yeah.
He's over it, to be honest with you.
Okay, so you get into the vehicle after having some food, and you set off. Again, you're not under stress situations at the moment, so it's fairly easy to do. About half a day or so's drive, you eventually come to this crossroads. I will share it with you this time because I remembered that you, the players, also need to see.
We appreciate that.
Fantastic,
So,
thank you.
Couple of things. There is the crashed vehicle here that was kind of described, and there is a pool of natural forming go-go sort of there, basically. As you arrive in this circumstance. Yep, thanks very much, Pete. Beep.
So
So it's up to you. You have the
the
vehicle
natural
with you.
pulse of go-go, will that need to be refined in some way? Or...
No, you should be able to sort of siphon it. It's not a very pleasant job. You will need to sort of get a tube, which you assume to have, suck it up. You don't want any of the scum on the top. You need to wedge it down there a bit and get it from the bottom. That kind of separates. Looking at it from here, this is dirty go-go. Like most things, you can have different types. This is the worst type, but it will keep you going. Exactly how much you can siphon off is, without further investigations, difficult to say.
Yeah, it's go-go diesel.
There might well be some scrap from that wreck as well, as you kind of eye it up a little bit.
Guys, look at it. It's amazing. Can we go and investigate? Can we go and look at it?
All right.
Yeah.
Head up as well.
I'm up for that too. I guess I'll go and.
Roger will trudge along, somewhat behind, looking very wary. He doesn't.
Got my gun
trust
ready.
it. Something wrecked it, and Roger doesn't want to find out what. If he can help it.
Yeah. So there's definitely some bits and pieces here that can certainly be utilized as scrap. So it'll take you a little bit of time to do it, to disassemble the bits that you will need, but it can certainly be done. Can you give me insight rolls, please?
Who? Just anyone that wants to?
Yeah, anybody that's looking at the wreck, basically. Yeah. Oh. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So lucky. I mean, maybe it's your suspicious nature, maybe it's your sharp mind. I mean, this wreck looks old. Looks very old. It's been here a long time. You can tell that much. To find any kind of salvageable scrap on such a thing is unusual. It normally would have been long gone.
Okay, guys, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a trap.
What?
Well, you see this vehicle? It's very, very old. It's been here a long time.
Yeah.
So perhaps finding scrap here shouldn't be so easy.
But yeah, but it's good scrap. So yeah.
But why would the
Roger
scrap be
starts
here?
sweating bullets.
Surely this should have already been scrapped a long time ago.
Seems
Yeah,
plausible.
We can get some good scrap off it and sell it. I'll get some good breaks.
Thud.
Yeah?
He's right. He's right.
Aww.
How often does scrap stay in our yard? It's not long at all. In the middle of nowhere with people passing by. Why would it stay any longer than that? Come on, if you were passing by at any given moment, you're just taking it all as well. Why would you leave just a little bit? Just enough to drag someone over. Step away from it. Come on.
Aww.
I think we should get the go-go now and leave.
All right, go and go. I will start to make that happen.
Okay. So as you move across to there and begin to examine it, let's get it closer. Can you give me a perception roll, please? You don't notice it as you start putting the tube in. Suddenly the surface begins to move as this horrible tarry substance seems to move with some kind of life, and a pseudopod strikes out at you. Boom, 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 taking you by surprise.
Bellerophos, what have you found?
An angry fuel.
Yeah, angry fuel
amazing.
indeed. It hits you, and you notice the tar upon it is sort of sticky, and hasn't had a detrimental effect at the moment. But if you get yourself covered with too much of this, it could slow you down, if not stop you in your tracks completely. Can you give us initiative rolls, please?
Is there any way to add the exhausted condition to me, or is that am I clicking a
Yeah,
disadvantage?
just click on disadvantage.
That is fine.
And we will roll for this. Oops.
2 18s I've dropped in a row.
Yeah,
Hey.
I know. Thud.
Well,
Yep.
Fudd is over the moon to see something this crazy. And he is going to let out a scream of excitement, and then realise that it's just attacked his friend Bellerophos. And that scream is going to turn into a scream of rage that anybody would hurt my good friend. So he's going to rage.
Yeah, that is fine.
I wonder if we could get this thing in the gas tank.
And then is going to run over.
Okay, you move across.
Go try and hit it with the Warhammer.
And you hit. Now the good news is that is a critical hit with the new rules that we've got, because you are 10 above its armor class.
Nice.
So yeah, look at that. So you wound it, rolling 2d10. How did you manage to do that?
I clicked and dragged off the damage,
Yeah.
and then right-clicked once to add an extra dice.
Cool. So that does work. Very cool. So you hit it hard. And then we move to Roger.
This type of nonsense is exactly what Roger was worried about last night, and it turns out he was worried at the wrong time. So while this allays some fears, it also instills him with new ones.
Yeah.
He's not doing well, is our lad. So he's going to go over. He's going to cast Vicious Mockery, I think.
Yeah, it fails. It's not the most intelligent of things, as you do a single point, but I believe that's disadvantage to it on its attack roll.
Its next one, yeah, it is.
Perfect. What do you say to mock this thing?
I think it's something along the lines of, I was worried about roving bands of marauders, and just to find you here is a little bit disappointing, don't you think?
Okay.
It's not he's not the sharpest tongue in the West, but he does the best he can.
It doesn't overly seem to understand you, but it seems to have some kind of effect upon it, which you'd be pleased to know. And then we move to Bellerophos.
I'm going to spin out the line from my belt again and shocking grasp it. That's a...
That could have gone better.
So,
right.
questions. This is a critical miss. Narratively speaking, how do you want this to play out? What do you want to do for it to be cinematically disastrous?
I'd hate to be
it is a line that it is a line that is attached to me, so maybe it could pull me in.
Yeah.
That seems as good a thing as any. That's pretty negative, yeah.
Okay.
Something
Shocking
like
grasp and set it alight, that would arguably be worse.
Yes. If it's flammable, yeah. If
Okay.
it's on fire, your call.
Okay. Well, I mean, the GM loves this. There is a terrifying effect if it takes fire damage. It does burn. Obviously, shocking grasp is not fire damage.
Yep.
But it was a critical miss. So yes, the sparks do ignite it. It's now a flaming tar ooze, which you might think you are doing damage to it, but it seems more likely it's going to be doing more damage to you. And what is worse, the fact that you have tar over you now means that if it strikes you, you too will be set alight. Anything else you want to do on that tremendous?
Yeah, God, I'm not rolling well at all. I'm going to move to there.
Okay, you disengage. Oh, you can't disengage,
No,
can you?
I can't disengage now. I'm going to take the attack opportunity, which is a disadvantage. 'cause
It
it's
is
mockery.
indeed
But
using that, and it will take the attack of opportunity with disadvantage, and it critically misses as well.
it's
Um,
college here.
It puts itself out.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that it kind of burst into flame enough to make you go, nope, I'm out. And as it tries to do it, the flames extinguish, and currently it is now no longer on fire. Very good. That the
Bellerophos, that was amazing.
I
absolutely.
have no idea what happened.
Interestingly, yeah, it has extinguished itself, and then we obviously move to a lucky Lou.
Okay. I'm gonna point at the creature, and the sound of a ticking clock is gonna fill the air around it for a moment, and then it's got to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or take some damage. So how do I link it?
Okay, so if you click Control and left click onto the target, you should
Control or
target
left
the.
click?
That's it. So
Okay.
you should see that you're targeting that. And then, what spell are you casting?
Toll of the Dead.
Okay, that's good. So if you go to your actions page, which is the bottom tab,
Yep.
you'll see under your cantrips, Toll the Dead. Click on the tennis racket.
Yep.
And then you'll see Save Wisdom DC 13 button.
Yep.
Click on that.
Just the once?
Yep.
Or twice?
Just once. Just click on it. It should
Okay.
make it
I've clicked on it.
Okay, double click on it.
Yes, double click.
There we go. It has unfortunately succeeded though, so unfortunately no damage there.
Okay.
Then we move to the tar ooze itself. The tar ooze, it's not the brightest of things. It's not interested in pursuing Belair. It has thud there, and it is going to swing. Oh, and misses you. Your armor class isn't 21, is it?
No,
So it misses
it's
you.
nice as that would be.
As your attention is drawn to there, though, you begin to hear movement from the wrecked vehicle. As you see three individuals kind of moving forward. I'm just going to roll for their initiatives. That'll be a check. So that is a 10 and oh, that is a 21 and finally rubbish. That is a 1. Okay. So you will see emerging from behind the wreck 3 individuals, strange and twisted, as you hear somebody shout, "Ma, we got some good uns here. I like that one's face." And she turns and says, "Yes, let's try not to damage that one's face." And they seem to be pointing at you, Roger.
Oh, Roger.
I don't want to say Roger wets himself, but he's pretty darn close.
And
Do we need a wisdom save on that one?
Scooter is going to target Bellerophos with a kind of a slingshot type thing. Oh, Bellerophos, is that... What's your armor class?
15, I
15,
think.
yeah. So it heavily damages you, not a critical thud. It seems you've got some
we got
company.
more friends. Oh, I'll come and play with you in a second. I'm just going to finish this thing. Gonna take another swing at this guy. Ooh,
And you
missed.
are going to miss. Is that your go?
Yeah.
Roger.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What to do?
Beep.
What to do?
Thanks, Pete.
Roger weeps internally. And I think he regrets all of his life choices up till now. And I think he's going to... No, he is. He's going to ask... No, just select... I think he's going to ask Scooter to grovel.
Scooter. Yeah, Scooter is really strange. It looks like he's been sewn together. Various kind of bits have been sewn onto him. Scooter definitely wants your face.
Scooter can eat the floor.
He succeeds.
Gutted.
Just about though, if you look, 13 versus 13 there.
That's a use of command, but that is what it is.
Okay.
And I think Roger is going to take a good 10-foot jaunt to the right to the edge of the map. And I think that's it for me, I think. Thank you.
Ma says, he's running away. He's running away. All of you, get him. If you give us him, we'll let the rest of you live. And she kind of steps forward a little bit. Do you hear that? Get him, hand him across. We'll let the rest of you go. Don't you know who we are? We're the Cherub Gang. You can roll me history rolls, please.
All right.
Feeling good about this one.
Oh
yeah.
Very good.
I won't. I don't care who.
No, you don't care. Thud. They call themselves the Cherub Gang, aren't cherubs really nice?
Yeah, they're cool.
No doubt they want to be friends.
Yeah.
Lucky Lou, yeah, you know these. These are terrible people. They do raids, they abduct people, and they're never seen again. On a positive note, there is quite a high bounty on them if you can bring them in, either dead or alive. More if you can bring them in alive.
Roger, don't you want to be friends with the cherubs?
I'd rather cut off my own face, Thud.
Oh, that's weird.
Help.
Sounds like that can be arranged.
Roger begins to openly weep.
Okay, Bellerophos, it is your go.
All right. I'm going to pick a piece of scrap out of my tool belt and catapult it at the Tarus.
Okay.
Let's see if we can reduce the numbers a bit. Although I suspect that
Everything has frozen for me. That dice is hovering in the air. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
and it is a critical hit. Oh, no,
Oh.
it's not, because it's a
No, that's a
dexterity save. Oh, no.
Come the hell on!
So, yeah.
What is up
These
with
dice.
these dice?
Yeah, that is terrible
This is
for you.
nuts. I thought I was moved to there, I guess. Lord. Okay.
Mm.
That's
Where are
me.
you all going?
Okay, so you move back. Then we
Into a
move
more
to
defensive position.
Lucky Lou.
Okay, how is it that I target again?
I think you just have if you wanted to target Mar.
So I was thinking, I would
Oh.
like to cast a
Nope,
spell
all of them.
Yeah.
in the vicinity of all three of them
hmm
called Sleep.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this is difficult because you can't. We because of the complexity of sleep in the way that mechanically it works. So you're casting it, I believe, at level 1. Yes,
Yeah, so I roll 5d8.
that's
Is there a
right.
command for that? Just
No,
roll.
if you right click on the d8s,
Ah, fantastic. Okay.
you can pick
And
up
then I come up
multiple
5.
dice and just roll those, and
Mm.
let us hope you get high.
Come on.
Wow,
Take
22.
it.
Nice.
Now this is interesting. 22. Only one of them is going to go down, but Scooter collapses to the floor, fast asleep. You have taken Scooter out, as he seems to be able to be affected by such spells, as he is out for the count until woken up.
Fantastic.
That is your action. You have a bonus action and you have a move action.
Cool. Well, I'll say something snappy like, I think it's past your bedtime.
Very good.
And then I guess I'll see that these guys have headed away, so I'll walk back here and then say there's a high bounty on these guys' heads, so it's up to you if you want to run or capture them.
Don't forget, you do have your vehicle back here as well.
True.
Bad news is you've only got about half a day's worth of go-go juice left. So we move to this Tarus, and the Tarus is going to do what it's done before, which is swing at you and miss. What's your armor class, Thud?
My armor class is 15.
15, yeah, so
Unfortunately.
not quite a critical miss. And then we move to Skeeter. He did something to him, Ma. Skeeter says. Scooter, he's, I don't know. I think he might be dead. Ma says, the dead don't snore, you idiot. He wants his face. And he kind of runs forward. I'm all over the place at the moment.
He runs really quite rapidly.
Yeah, God knows what's going on here. God knows
I have a feeling, guys, that we might be getting up against something here which is really high
5,
level with
10,
teleport.
15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He starts running towards you, pulling out this horrible combat knife that is it's filthy, covered in blood, perhaps other people's viscera, and he's going, I'm gonna get your face for him. And then we move to the top of the round, and Scooter is beep. Thud, you'll go.
Fud's just wondering what on earth these guys are doing, running away from this. This is so much fun.
I mean, you have seen Skeeter run forward with the knife, looking like he's going to cut his face off.
Yeah, that is a good point.
He's not trying to hide it. It's not subtle in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, Roger's been a very good friend, so Fud is going to do something stupid and take a
attack.
I'm going to guess it's going to be an attack opportunity here.
It certainly is. We like those. Oop. And I believe that is just a hit.
Oh, just.
Ooh, perfect.
Partially resisted though. Okay, so
Get away from my friend. It's going to swing at him with the warhammer.
Mhm. Oh, almost
Come on.
that critical hit,
Whoa.
but it's a hit.
Oh,
Wounding him. Very nice. Is that your go?
That's my go.
Okay, Roger.
I had a-
Roger, use the car.
yeah, well, run him
Run them over.
Run them over.
Yeah, see, that sounds like a check that Roger currently has disadvantage on. So that probably isn't smart.
I would love you to critically fail whilst using the vehicle as a weapon.
Yeah.
I can
Just
think of
run my
multiple
entire party over.
cinematic things that you could do with.
Do they all begin and end with thud through the windshield?
There's more than that. You could be driving into the go-go juice pit. You can be crashing it. You could flip the whole thing over. There's a whole host
now-
of things that you can do.
Now I'm tempted just to do it for that.
Yeah.
See, I planned on using dissonant whispers to get him away from me, but now Thud's up. I don't have to worry about that. You know what? I'm going to take a leaf out of Lucky's book, and I'm going to cast sleep as well.
Okay. Now the question is where you're going to cast sleep, because sleep affects everybody.
Yes, this is the fear. It was more for Ma, but I have a feeling that
Up
5d8
there?
probably won't cut it. Right? Yeah. I need a kip anyway. So realistically speaking, hold on. Let me just drop those dice. Get out of my way. Let me just read. I mean, it doesn't actually say what area. It
Yeah, it
just has
does.
a range of 9.
It's a 20-foot area in a
Oh, is it?
90-foot
Yeah.
range.
Well, I'm probably going to cast it over Ma, to be honest.
Okay.
There's already
So roll me some dice.
asleep, and we can deal with this guy over here by ourselves.
Yeah, roll
So-
me some dice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go for Ma. I'm going to
Okay.
roll 5d8. There we go.
She
Big
has
numbers.
more
No,
than
not quite. Very close.
17 hit points, so no effect.
Can I use my reaction to chronal shift that?
I'm not sure. I
Ooh,
think you can
ooh.
only roll one dice, can't you? What does chronal shift actually say?
So you can magically exert a limited control over the flow of time around a creature. As a reaction, after you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you rolls an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw,
Yeah,
you
that's
can cause
none
the
of
creature
those.
to re-roll.
That,
Okay.
that is neither an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, unfortunately.
Still sounds pretty awesome, though.
Yeah. Chronal
It
shift
does
is
look
amazing.
awesome. But I will, given that's failed, I'm going to move just a quick 5-foot step, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to give Thud some bardic inspiration. And as I leave his side, I'm just going to tap him on the shoulder and go, all of these things can be hit, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got a wee bit, a d6 of bardic inspiration.
Fud has a very large smile on his face after hearing that.
Ma moves forward, and you begin to hear the horrific sound of some kind of generator begin to start as she starts up a chainsaw. She starts lifting it up, and you see how strong she kind of looks. These muscles. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She used her action to activate her chainsaw. And then we move to Belarifos.
I am going to shoot Skeeter. So bring out the old rifle and take a
Yep.
punt.
You hit. Just let me have a look at Skeeter's armor class. Skeeter has an armor class of only 11. So that is a critical hit. Well done.
Correct.
As you do 7 points of
Nice.
damage. Boom. Ma, they gave me a poolie. I'll kiss it better.
Oh God. And then I'll move to here, away from the big Taurus. Trot away.
Lucky Lou.
I think Lucky Lou is going to point at the chainsaw wielding maniac and cast Sapping Sting. So I'll do target, and then it's a save. So I double click this.
Okay, she fails it. Very
Okay,
nice.
so she takes 1d4 necrotic and is prone.
Okay, so you should be able to click on that tennis racket. That's it. You've done 1 point of damage, but hopefully you can hit the
First of many.
prone. So she's knocked. The Tarus, though, it's time for you not to be so lucky. Taru stays there, but it's going to target you with its Hurl Tar effect.
Sure.
16 to hit you. Now this is a point. It is a roll. Are you going to allow that to hit? Are you saving your chronal shift to
Check
later?
my armor class. My armor class is 10. Yeah, I'll use one of my. I'll use a reaction to use chronal shift.
Okay, you sure?
So yeah, you take whatever the reroll is and use that instead.
Okay, so we re-roll that again. And it was worth it. It misses
Nice.
you this time as this huge glob of tar. And that could have been bad. It was enough to cover you from head to foot, reduce your speed, and potentially, if you get hit by fire, set you on fire as well. But that was very good using your chronal shift. So we move to Skeeter. Skeeter's after Roger's face.
He just doesn't care about Thud.
He kind of moves round, positioning himself in between you. He's got no real concern. My brother wants your face. And he kind of reaches forward and attempts to stab you carefully, ready to take your face off. So we need to target you. Boom, boom. It's a pretty face. I like it when my brother's got a pretty face. And he hits you.
Oh.
That's a crit, Andy.
Oh,
12.
very nice.
In the spirit of being honest.
Yep, that's good. I believe, unless you've used your reaction, Lucky Lou.
Yeah, I use my reaction.
So no, you've used your reaction last turn.
Yeah.
So you've only got one reaction per turn. Okay, so we will roll another d6 because it was a critical hit. Oops. I will try and roll a d6 for another 2 points of damage to you as he kind of gets you under the chin. He's being quite cautious, really, trying to not damage your face somewhat. Then we move to Scooter, who's beep, and then Thud.
You leave Roger alone.
Oh, wow. That's a good hit. And again, that's a critical hit. Heavily damaging. It could have been a lot worse, but it's still a good hit. Yeah. Then we move to Roger.
I think Roger is too afraid to cast at the minute. So I think he's going to draw his rapier.
I mean, just so you know, Dissonant Whispers would make it run away, but if you want to, don't forget there is no flanking in this game, so it'll be a disadvantage to you to attack.
I was planning on using Dissonant Whispers, so Thud and I both got opportunity attacks as he ran. But doesn't he get an attack of opportunity on me for casting up in his business?
No.
That's a Pathfinder thing, isn't it?
There's a skill, I think, Mage Slayer, that allows you to do that, a feat, but he hasn't got that.
Right. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll absolutely ask for a wisdom save from him.
Okay, so target him. You are targeting him. Wisdom save, yay. Unfortunately, shakes it off.
He still takes quite a bit of damage, though, I
Yeah,
think.
he still takes half of 3d6.
Yeah, very nice.
So I
It
think
won't
it
let
will
me do the half,
automatically
so
apply the
I'll
half.
have to.
Yeah, it will.
It'll
It
definitely
will. It
automatically
will
apply
do
for
it. Oh,
Oh,
that's
it's a big. It's a big.
that's nice.
Big
16,
half.
16 points of half damage, and he's looking in a very bad way now. For everybody who's reviewing, you can see that how many wounds he's got, how many maximum hit points he's got. That was a big hit. Mar screams at you
Spells.
and stands up, taking half of her movement, and is going to can only move towards you really, 5, 10, 15, because it's got half the movement, and
Yep.
swings this unwieldy chainsaw at you. And misses you. And then we move to you, Belarifos. You'll go.
I am going to try and shock and grasp Mar then, I suppose.
That's what I like.
So
You hit. Lots of damage, and she can't take reactions now.
and I'll move away.
Okay. Then we move to Lucky Lou.
Okay. I think Lou is going to try and be funny and use Tasha's hideous laughter on Mar.
Okay.
So I think I'm already control clicked there.
Yeah, you're
Tennis
targeting.
racket, and it's a save. Oh, what did that do? Did that do it?
Yeah, unfortunately, she succeeds.
Damn.
Rocked these saves.
They are, yeah, this is the Cherub Gang. You don't mess around with them. Realistically, they've got
These
bad
friendly
saves.
people.
You've just been rolling very well.
Yeah.
Then the tar ooze is going to do the same thing again. It's going to spit tar at you and hit you, Lucky Lou.
Is that an attack roll?
It is an attack roll. It's a ranged attack roll.
Gonna use my lucky feet to have that re-rolled.
Okay. That's still a hit with the 16.
Still gonna be a hit, yeah.
So it catches you, doing you a d6, only one wound, but the target must succeed on a dexterity, which I'm going to do now for you. Or you succeed. I think you succeed anyway. It is.
It seems to have paused on a 20 just to
Yeah.
tease us, hasn't it?
There we go. You
There we go.
succeed. So you are not covered in sticky tar ooze, which you should be pleased about. And then we move to Skeeter.
Fantastic.
Skeeter wants the face and is going to carry on. Or it is another critical hit. And another d6.
The squishy bard
That
becoming
is
squishy by the second.
2. Wow. With
Squishy
that
bard
2,
is very squishy.
you
Yeah,
have 1 hit point left. Scooter is asleep. Thud.
Not doing well.
What did I tell you?
Come on, Thud. Come on, buddy.
You hit.
After that.
And yeah, he is dying.
Oh, he was at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. It was so close, but so is Roger. Okay.
Thud is going to go for non-lethal on that one.
Non-lethal,
Not because
okay.
he's trying to be smart or anything. He just didn't think to try to kill.
Okay, perfect. Anything else you want to do?
Gonna run over to here.
Okay, imposing you. Right. Roger.
is roughly the noise that comes out of Roger. He's got. Oh, hold on. 5, 10,
Roger,
15,
you're right.
30. No. Is the reply that comes back. He's going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to just flat out run behind
Behind the queue of other people. Ah.
He is okay with this kind of action here. He is going to
Just perfect for lightning bolt.
if Roger believed her to be a caster, he wouldn't care because he's got 1 hit point, so it wouldn't matter anyway. Yeah, and he's going to ask for a save, please.
Yeah, she
Ah.
saves.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
me.
She screams seeing that Skeeter goes down. And she is going to flee. Now, Thud, you can have an attack of opportunity should you wish to.
Oh, go on then.
So
Ooh.
that's-
I am going to use
Inspiration
a
if it's between
bardic
her.
inspiration.
so that's
Put it
going
to
to
a
hit. And you do 5 points,
Please.
no, 9 points of damage there. So that is 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20,
Come back here.
30. She is not happy with that. She's shouting to Scooter to get up, and we move to Bellerifos.
I'm going to move 40 towards her
Mm-hmm.
and then shoot her.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, miss. You ain't getting away that easy.
I would point out you're currently targeting yourself as well. You may want to be careful there.
That is good.
The misfire.
Can you do this? Yes. Let me check. I think her armor class is higher than her son's.
Yeah, 13 missed earlier.
Yeah, so 15 is the armor class, so not quite the 10, but you still hit. Very nice. Is that your go?
That is my go.
Then we move to Lucky Lou.
Knowing quite well the price of the head over there, I think Lou's going to try and catch up. So I can move 30. So
Yep.
is that a square? Is how
Yeah,
many?
each square is 5 feet and doesn't matter about diagonals.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then that leaves a 30-yard range for a cantrip to sap again.
Okay. Oh,
Sap and
nice.
sting.
Trying to knock her prone again. She is strong-willed. I think on a success, nothing happens, does it?
Nothing happens yet.
Okay, and then we move to the Tarus. Tarus is going to do the same thing again against
Can
you,
the
Lucky Lou. Sorry?
Taru see Lucky Lou from there? I just
Yeah, you're
there
right.
is something in the way.
5, 10,
Why would you say that?
15, 20. It's got a move of 20. It's not
Oh,
particularly
now we can
fast.
see it's fine. Cool.
And I'm going to say it's now got stuck. There's a lot of things, so it won't be able to have a action next turn, as that was a natural 1. Skeeter is currently unconscious. Scooter is currently asleep. Thud.
Oh, he's coming out to meet me. Let's go meet him as well.
Fuck.
Run back over to this
Okay.
guy.
So I'm going to give you, I was going to say, give you advantage on this attack. So feel free to
Oh.
roll that again, because basically, because he critically failed.
Oh,
That's cool. He's basically got the restrained condition on him at the moment, so heavily damaging him this time. Very good. Is that your go?
that's my go.
Then we move to Roger.
He's going to move 5, 10, 15. He's going to move his full complement. 1, 2, 6. There, that should be 45 feet. And he's going to cast Vicious Mockery again.
Okay.
He's going to say, "My face is over here, you dumb bin." He's through being nice
You're
about it.
brave now.
Yeah, he's that fighting spirit he had the other day has come back. His blood's up and the adrenaline's high.
I think his blood's everywhere at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is that.
You try to put her off, and she just turns. She gives you this very kind of rictus grin. Her mouth kind of wider than it should be. She's still brandishing this chainsaw, and she says, "I'll be back soon for your face. Just getting some more of my lads." And then she 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 disappears, basically. And then we move to Belarifos.
All right. Well, I'm unlikely to get a line of sight from here, so I'll shoot the Tarus.
Yep. So
Would that
yeah.
be disadvantage? Because advantage?
Because it's restrained.
Okay.
Very good. Dropping the natural. Oh, it was a 7. I thought it was a 1. Yep, doing some good damage. Are you?
Yeah. Then I'll move to here. I want to try and figure out what she fled into.
Okay. Give me a perception roll. Yeah, with that, just about, you think that there's kind of some kind of bunker entrance behind that rock that she must have dropped down into.
Okay.
Then we move to Lucky Lou.
I'm gonna target this ooze if I can.
Mm.
I can do my movement first, right?
Yeah,
So
you can even split your movement if you want.
I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead again, the ticking noise above its head.
Okay. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, and it's just the rolls today on the saves have been amazing. If these had been attack rolls, you would have been destroying them.
Do I use a point of lucky? Whenever you make an attack roll, ability check or saving throw. One attack roll. I can't use lucky.
You can.
I can use Chronal Shift though.
You can use.
So
you can use lucky.
Lucky, it's a saving throw.
Saving throw.
Okay. Fantastic. Oh, okay. In fact, then I will use lucky to reroll.
I'm fairly. Wait, just is it when you or when a creature?
So whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check or saving throw, or when an attack roll is made against you. So
yeah, no. So you can't use lucky against that.
So
but you can use Chronal Shift.
I'll use my second point of Chronal Shift. Have it that reroll that. So do I just click the attack again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and it makes it into a failure.
Fantastic. So then it does roll for damage.
I mean, it's bad enough rolling a 1, but if you read the text further down, you realise it is immune to necrotic damage. Shakes it off, and yeah, nothing affects it. The good news for you is the only thing I'm going to do to this is put the restrained effect upon it, as it critically failed last turn and is restrained and can't act till next turn. The restrained will come off it next turn. Skeeter is still asleep. Still kind of stable but unconscious. Scooter is still asleep. And Thud, you'll go.
Thud is going in for another attack.
And it's another second critical. You've been rolling really high tonight, all of you. It's just a shame that it's been doing that. Yeah, and you, boom, destroy the Tarus. And yeah, you get your move and your bonus. Roger.
Where is everybody else? They said I could hit it.
Roger's gonna look at Lou on the way past, and he's gonna ask him what the exact wording of the bounty was.
It's basically wanted dead or alive. It's more breakers if they are alive, basically.
Yeah, so we could tie him up.
Yeah, we don't have much
Roger,
time. We need to get out of here quickly.
Roger somewhat disagrees. What are the rules on a coup de grace?
Okay.
Fundamentally, you have advantage on an unconscious thing. If you do the attack with a melee weapon from 5 feet, it's a critical hit if you hit. So you have advantage on your attack.
Yeah.
Roger, can I get him?
Yeah, Roger's going to hold his action. Well, hold his attack until Thud is within attacking distance as well. Essentially.
Okay.
So basically, I don't, metagamingly, I don't believe Roger can do the damage required to fell this guy in a blow. So he wants to make sure that Thud is there to back him up.
Okay.
Dragging Thud into being a murderer.
Yeah, Mar's doing stuff. Beleriphos.
I am going to go get that fuel because that's my priority.
Yeah, okay. So that's a double move to there, is it?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we're still initiative.
Still in initiative.
Mar is still.
Oh yeah, that's a double move to there. That's easy then.
Yeah. Lucky Lou.
No, I think we should tie him up and get some money for him. I don't think we should kill him.
We're getting money either way, and in this way, I don't have to worry about my face, especially if he breaks loose.
But I want more breakers. More breakers is good. You can buy stuff from.
Unless you're
Where
dead.
can I buy stuff? Oh.
I mean, this way we don't have to live with the guilt of killing an unconscious man.
I mean, Roger does turn, rapier drawn, and roll his eyes the hardest anyone has ever rolled their eyes.
Yeah, as you roll your eyes hard, some of your face kind of sort of moves off.
Right.
Revealing kind of muscle below. It's a problem when you roll your eyes and you've had your face virtually cut off.
Okay, fine. Let's do that. Let's do this then.
What are you doing? It is your turn, Lucky.
I'm just gonna double move to go help refill the car.
Okay, yep. So move back to there.
15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Cool.
Thud.
Thud is going to come over, unaware fully of what Roger is planning on doing here.
Okay, so you're going to make an attack roll.
Yeah, go for it.
And is it a non-lethal?
Thud is going non-lethal.
Okay, so you have advantage on this roll because it is, which is a good job, really.
Well,
that was an automatic miss. That is a miss. Maybe it's because you're just kind of worried. You kind of hit twice, and that triggers your attack, Roger. You don't have to do it just because something's triggered. You don't have to make a roll.
It'll trigger. Yeah, it's fine.
So target. Okay, so it is a hit. Yeah, do you want to target the creature?
Yes, sorry about that.
So it's definitely a critical hit. And was this lethal or non-lethal?
If you want to explain to me how to do non-lethal with a rapier, then I'm all for it. But
well, you use the basket hilt to punch them squarely in the face so that they are knocked unconscious.
That'll do. We'll do that.
Okay, unfortunately, you were right. Not enough, even with a critical hit, to take him fully out, but badly wounded beyond blooded. Roger, it is your go, though. That was your held action.
Yeah.
You're going to hit him again?
He is now. He is now He's prone but
Yeah.
conscious, isn't he?
Yep.
So I still get advantage.
You get advantage, you just don't get a critical unless you get a critical.
It
So
is
that hits. Just do your normal attack. And that is enough as you take him captive as well.
And then-
Okay. Interesting. It's going to take you a few more rounds to get your go-go. So you have options here. There is still some scrap that you reckon you could gather. There are your two Skeeter and Scooter, two members of the Cherub gang you can restrain and get onto your vehicle as well. Is that what you're all planning to do as fast as possible?
Yes.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. So I haven't put the two members of the just call this up here. Boom, boom, boom. Where are you?
You got to put Skeeter and Scooter on the party loot sheet.
Yeah, I haven't done that, but you do have something quite interesting, which is the wreck. So you do manage to gather 3 items of common scrap and dirty go-go. Now, mechanically speaking, I know we're running over time, but stay with us for a moment because this is useful. You click on common scrap, it tells you that it's worth 50 gold and it's a Scraplands resource. It can be used to repair and build devices, or you can sell it. As usual, it's half the sell price. Same for dirty go-go. There's different levels of go-go. This is dirty. It's not brilliant, but it will keep you going. And again, Scraplands resource fuel, worth 50 gold as well. You get 2 amounts of dirty go-go and 3 common scrap. Who wants to pull those onto their character sheet?
I'll take the scrap unless anyone's got any objections.
Go for it.
I just want to clear the sheets before we go to next game on Friday. So yeah, so you just open up your character sheet on inventory. That's it. And
You want to grab the go-go as well? You are
sometimes,
stood next to it gathering anyway.
yeah, sometimes it's better to have these resources. You're not always going to find them than to sell them. So it's just nice to know. Who's going to take the dirty go-go?
Valerius, do you want to grab that as well?
Trying to
Yeah,
drag
I'll grab that as well.
There we go. So, and I will also make note that you have Scooter and Skeeter as captives. The question is where are you going to take them to claim your reward? That we will find out next session. It seems that not only do you have the Clink and Elizabeth Glenn, but you now have Ma from the Cherub Gang after you as well. It's going to be an interesting one next session. So we've overrun just a little bit, but it's not too disastrous. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who's watched us. And yeah, one final beep from Pete there. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you can, give us a follow if you've enjoyed it. Give us a sub if you've doubly enjoyed it. Really appreciate you hanging around. Take care, everybody. We will catch you very, very shortly.